Hi guys! Kumusta po kayo? Ito po si Marilyn, your friendly Filipino carpentera here in America. At ang topic natin ngayon guys ay maiiba na naman. As you have noticed in my previous videos, naumpisahan ko na naman ang pagkahilig ng mga halaman. And this time what we're going to discuss is on how to propagate your orchids collection. In other words, kung paano papasanayin o padadamihin yung mga orchids nyo na hindi na namumulaklak. Yun. So, abangan nyo ang mga steps na gagawin ko para malaman din ninyo kung ano yung mga techniques na kailangan na gagawin para yung mga orchids nyo na hindi na namumulaklak ay ma-propagate natin. So, ito na. Alright, so these are the two orchids that have already finished blooming. So, as nakita niyo, wala na siyang mga flowers. And so, what we're going to do is just cut the nodes that have not bloomed yet. So, dito natin puputulin at the very bottom. At the very bottom. Alright. And then next step is we're going to cut the nodes that have not bloomed yet. So hanapin natin yung nodes na hindi pa nakabulaklak or hindi pa siya naka-bloom, in other words. So this one is good. And then also with this one. Tapos ito din. And then I think this one is not good anymore. Kasi tapos na siyang namulaklak. So atin na lang siyang puputulin. Puputulin natin yung mga maliliit na nodes. Okay, ito na yung naputol natin. Tapos ilagay lang natin dito sa container. And then we will proceed with the other stalk. So here's the stalk. And same as what we did with the other stem or stalk, hahanapin natin yung nodes na hindi pa namumulaklak. And ito parang natapos na itong mamulaklak. Wala na siyang node. So yan, tapos na yan. So kailangan nating putulin. And then we are going to start cutting the second set of this orchid plant. Ito parang siya, damaged. So putulin lang natin yan at itatabi. Hi. Do we have a sharp blade? So, ito yung ating itatabi.
No sharp blade.
These are the good stalks. So, here we go. One yellow and one blue. So, as you have noticed, we have this part here that was cut. So, what we are going to do now is we're going to dab a little bit of cinnamon powder. So this is the cinnamon powder or cinnamon ground that we're going to use. It is very important that we cover that with cinnamon. Cinnamon kasi may siya, salicylic acid that would fight back bacteria that would infect our plant and eventually would destroy, the process of its blooming and eventually, will cause the plant to die. So, i-open lang natin itong ating cinnamon ground and then mag-dab tayo dyan ng kaunti. Alright, we just need a very small amount because we only have 2 stems or 2 stalks to cover this with. Tapos, i-apply lang natin ito dito. See? In that way, hindi ma-infected ang ating naputol na orchid stem. So, itong ating cinnamon powder ay may component siya na nagre-repel ng bacteria at saka ng insects sa ating plants. Alright, so using a very clean blade, we are going to cut each stem that we have separated and make sure that walang part or no part of the stem is being crushed. Kasi ginamit natin yung gunting. Gunting, syempre magpipress doon sa ating stem. So we make sure na wala siyang na-crush na part so that it will not be easily accessible to mga bacteria and germs. Alright. Tapos, sa bandang baba ay ating ikat ng diagonal so that it would give this stem a chance to absorb more of the nutrients that we are going to mix later. Yan. Right? Tapos set aside and then continue with the others. Continue with the other stalks that were cut and make sure that there's nothing that is left there. There's nothing crushed part that is left there. And then dito sa bottom part of the knob ay ating puputulin ng diagonal. I think I cut this very short, but hopefully this will still thrive. Yan. And then on to the next. Napaka-cutie naman itong ating stem na naputol. Hindi ko kasi nakita kanina na may pala siya. May knob pala siya. Yan. Right? May dalawa tayong simplang. So hopefully it would still work. And then after that, we are going to gently remove the protective thin layer covering so that we will expose the dormant bud. So ever so gently tatanggalin natin itong layer dito para ma-expose yung bud niya. Nako, walang bud. So this only means one thing, patay ito. Namulaklak na ito. But let's dig deeper. Wala. Tingnan nyo. Wala na siyang bud. So this is not good anymore. How about this? I hope this is okay. Mayroong kaunti pero I don't know if this would work. Pero subukan natin. How about this very teeny one? Yan. May bud siya. Kaya lang, napakaliit ng naputol ko. See? May kaunti siyang bud. And how about you? Tingnan natin kung may bud ka ba dyan na nakatago. Parang wala. Meron pang isa. Hopefully this is going to work. Tingnan natin kung may bud ba siya. Sana meron. Kasi ito lang isa yung Hallelujah! Yan, meron siyang bud. Ito lang talaga yung klarong parang mabubuhay kasi ito walang, ewan ko if this would thrive, and this one I cut it so short. So, anyway, titingnan natin. It will develop its roots after 30 days. So, medyo kailangan natin ng kaunting pasensya. Alright. After gently removing the protective thin layer covering, we are going to apply or put like a thin covering of cinnamon powder dito sa flat na end. Same as usual, ay para ma-protected siya from infection and bacteria. And para hindi siya ma-damage. Yan. Okay. All right. I have boiled a 500 ml of water. This is it. Using this measuring cup. And after boiling the water, we are going to mix 1 teaspoon of cinnamon ground on the boiling water. So we have our measuring teaspoon here. This is actually 1/4 of a teaspoon. So we're going to mix 4 of these in the water. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. And then we need to mix it thoroughly. Stir it until everything dissolves, all the powder dissolves in the water. Yan. Pagkatapos ay atin ang inumin. Joke. No, we're going to cover it. Alright, habang pinapalamig ang ating solution ay kuha tayo ng aloe vera and then we cut it. Itong aloe vera ay very important kasi may mga siya, chemicals na antioxidants, and this would help preserve the cells of our stem from radical chemicals that would destroy the cell of our plants, or in this case our orchids. Yan, dalawa lang muna ang ating puputulin. And then, next step is ating i-insert ang ating mahiwagang this one sa ating aloe vera para siya ma-absorb niya ang antioxidant. Okay? And last but not the least, alright. So yan. So ipa-absorb natin ang kanyang gel, the aloe vera gel, for about an hour. Tapos mabalikan natin mamaya. There you go. And then we will do the same process with the other stem from another orchids. Alright, natapos na nating 1 hour, and so we are going to remove these and put it back in our container. And then we're going to cut our aloe vera into small pieces. The other set of orchids that we just cut. Again, ang aloe vera natin ay may probiotics, so nag-help siya. It would help, the cells of our orchids to be strong, and it protects our plant from the harmful elements of the environment. Alright, so after this, after cutting our aloe vera, we will put it in a clean glass. Look at this. This is awesome. It looks like a crystal. Beautiful. Okay, so after that, what we're going to do is mix this with 1 liter of hot water. I have already measured the water here. Okay, so this is a little bit hot, and we have our also hot cinnamon solution here, so we will just let them cool down. After that, we will mix the cinnamon solution in here, the aloe vera water solution, and then let it cool down, and then we will soak our orchid stems in the solution, combined solutions, for 20 minutes. So we'll wait for it to cool down. Alright, so isoak natin ito ng 20 minutes and then set it aside. And now, we are going to get dry moss. Yan. Dry moss, and then we are also going to soak this one for 20 minutes. Yan. Okay. Alright, 20 minutes is up, so we're now going to remove our stems. Medyo may pagkainit-init pa siya, but hindi naman masyadong mainit. Parang lukewarm lang ba? I hope this would not kill my stems. But they said na kailangan talagang cool. So, yan. Itabi na natin ito. And then, next stop is the moss. Tingnan yung moss. Yan. Okay, 20 minutes is almost up. So what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze out the solution from the moss and squeeze it out, but not to the extent that it would dry up. Like, kunti lang. Make sure na there's a little bit of moisture left in the solution, in the moss. Yan. Ilagay lang muna natin ito dito. And then continue with the remaining moss. Yan. And then we will throw away this solution. Alright. Now this is clean. So we're going to transfer the moss over here. At dito na natin itatanim ang ating mga stems. It would take 30 days for the buds to sprout, and then another 45 days for the roots to really like grow an inch. So it's kind of a wait, but we just have to be patient, and then we will spray this once a week with water to keep this area here moist. Tanim na natin, and make sure that our knobs here like is near where the moss is, so that it can pretty much absorb the moisture of the moss. Yan. The pinakabulilit, I don't know if this will thrive. I don't know if this will thrive, but hopefully, let's wait and see in 30 days. Okay. So that is now their situation. We have planted them at a distance from each other, 2 to 3 inches away. Tapos, we're going to cover it just so to protect them from any harsh environment. And yan. Make sure that we have an opening here so that they will get oxygen, and that's very important for their growth. And then after that, ilagay natin, we'll place this thingy to a place under the heat of the sun. It has to be inside first, so which is a little bit cooler. Mga 32 degrees Celsius. I don't know what is that in Fahrenheit, probably 70s or 80s. So yan. Tapos, my remaining solutions pa tayo. We will use it to clean the leaves of our orchids. This would make our leaves healthy. Tapos, insect repellent din siya. And so, if you do this like twice a month, it doesn't have to be every week, just twice a month, and then you will grow a really healthy orchids, and the leaves will be shining and like really healthy green. Tapos, wala ng insect na kakain sa ating mga halaman. Yan. Tapos we will do the same with the other orchids.
Para magiging healthy ang ating halaman. Tapos, magpa-sprout siya ng bagong layers of foliage or leaves. Tapos, wala ng insect na kakain sa ating halaman. Alright. And then, yung remaining solution natin ay ating i-water dito sa ating orchids. But we have to make sure that we only do this like twice a month. Hindi pwedeng, we cannot do this like weekly. Otherwise, our orchids will get overdosed and it would be detrimental to their health. Okay. So, this is done. Now with the other one. Okay. So, yan. Tapos, ilagay na natin siya sa kanyang pagkapaglalagyan. Tama ba yun? So here in America, we have winter time. So all tropical plants would die if you will expose them outside. So our orchids has to be an inside plant. So ito lang, itatapat lang natin. We'll just place it near the window so it would also benefit from the sun rays. And then it will help with our photosynthesis. Pasensya na po sa lips ko kasi nagka-boil ako. But anyway, yan lang po yung ating topic ngayon. And thank you so much if you have reached watching this far. I would really appreciate if you can click like, subscribe, and then make a comment so I would know that there are people out there that are watching me. If you can also hit the notification bell so you'd be informed of my upcoming videos. Again, thank you very much and hope everybody's doing okay. Bye-bye.